day 25 of Ramadan. On today's menu, we have some cornmeal porridge from our Jamaicans. You already don't know what going on right now. And some hardo bread, very substantial support, as well as some spring water. So I'm really looking forward to this sahur. But yeah, in this episode, it will be part 2 of the Bilal Davis reaction. So yeah, shout out everyone who's made it to day 25. Shout out everyone who's continued to support me up to this point. And I'll catch you back at the reaction. Day 25, my people. Let's do this. Yes, my people. Welcome back to part 2 of the Hakeem Bilal Davis video. Yeah, we're gonna get into the rest of the video because there was a few comments, especially on my TikTok, of people saying that they're fairly intrigued with this guy's story, just like I am as well. Like he has a fairly intriguing story. So we're gonna finish off the rest of this video today. Hope everyone's Ramadan day 25 is going blissfully well. Mine is going smooth, can't complain. The current time is 4:12. I believe we break fast at 7:43, so we still got a couple hours left, but yeah, that's enough talking from me. Let's get into part 2.
Worship Allah, you have no God but He. I realize that the Muslims, they do not worship idols. As I used to believe, I thought Muslims were worshippers of idols. And that they do not worship except the one God that we as Christians used to refer to as the Father.
Right.
And that they believe that any individual that disbelieves in Jesus and denies Jesus, then he no doubt is not and cannot be considered a Muslim. Similarly, I went on to discover that from the belief of the Muslims is that, contrary to that which I was taught, they believe that there is not a prophet and a messenger that can be referred to as God or a part of God or the Son of God. That includes Jesus. And that Jesus himself, as we study and we come across in the Bible even, that he called his followers to worship his Father, or as we find being referred to in the Bible. And as Muslims, that we do not accept the fact that God is to be referred to as the Father, for indeed that is an earthly description. Rather, that our Lord the Most High, Allah, is the one God that Jesus called to and highlighted that I have not come to destroy the law, and the law that is of Moses, the first of which being, hear, O Israel, your God is one God. You should not make any graven images of anything that walks in the land, flies in the sky, or swims in the sea.
That is so interesting that the two religions coexist, but that's not the right word, intertwine. They align in some weird way, you know. Like he just said, let's go back a few, because that was quite interesting.
Is the one God that Jesus called to and highlighted that I have not come to destroy the law, and the law that is of Moses, the first of which being, hear, O Israel, your God is one God. You should not make any graven images of anything that walks in the land, flies in the sky, or swims in the sea. And so I started to discover that Islam had with it something from clarity and something from a purity of issues that I had problems with growing as a child or as a young Christian boy. And so I began and continued to study. And when I looked into the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, I realized that he was not Pakistani, as I used to believe. In actuality, no disrespect to Pakistanis that is, but in actuality, he was an Arab.
Side note, shout out all the love that I'm getting from Pakistan. It's crazy to me that my video is even reaching that far out, you know. Big up all Pakistan supporters. It means a lot.
Leave. In actuality, no disrespect to Pakistanis, that is, but in actuality, he was an Arab, and that he was from the lineage of Abraham, and that his lineage goes back to Abraham from his son Ismail, and that he was born during a time of turmoil, during a time that polytheism was widespread, and that he was illiterate. And that this illiterate man began to claim, or this illiterate man that was referred to as the trustworthy by his people, began to call to the fact that he was sent as a prophet and as a messenger. And that how could this individual, who was known for a period of 40 years as trustworthy, as truthful, as upright, as one that never lied, why would he now begin to lie against God? Likewise, being an illiterate man, how could this illiterate man produce a book that has literary excellence as the Quran does? A book that is excellent in regards to eloquence and has reached the peak of literary excellence. So these are all issues that I began to look into and study. And I looked into his life. I looked into the fact that he called to the most noble character, the most noble manners, that he called to justice, to uprightness, that he called to the feeding of the poor and taking care of them, that he called to the removal of oppression, and that he called the people to clarify that which they were upon by way of worship of other than one God, and in actuality purify their worship and concentrate that worship to their Lord and their Creator Allah. That he didn't call to himself, rather that he called to the Creator, and that throughout the whole of the Quran, his name is mentioned on 5 occasions. And so I began to think and discuss why. If this was a man that wrote a book so that he would be followed, or so that he could gain something from material possession, why would he only mention himself in the book on 5 occasions? And so all of this turned me towards the religion of Islam. I began to study it, and eventually it became clear to me that this was not in actuality the writings of some desert Arab. Rather, this was the revelation that was sent, the final revelation and the seal of all the books that were sent to us from our Lord the Most High. And so I became a Muslim somewhere in the region of 1990, 1991. And I continued to study the religion of Islam there and after.
So what he was speaking to was the Prophet Muhammad. If I'm correct in saying this, he was illiterate, but he was able to convey the words of the Most High in this book. So it's like he was used as like a vessel. That's why he's so well renowned in Islam. That's interesting. That's quite interesting. I never really knew the backstory, or at least heard someone speak about that perspective. So this is news to me, but it's very interesting. Literally coming up to the end of this video, so we're gonna hear this last little bit and then I'm gonna sign off.
So I became a Muslim somewhere in the region of 1990, 1991. And I
go back a little bit more.
And the seal of all the books that were sent to us from our Lord the Most High. And so I became a Muslim somewhere in the region of 1990, 1991. and I continue to study the religion of Islam there and after.
Wow. So that's part 2. If you've got any more videos for me to watch, just comment below. I'm active now, so you know it helps me out to push out the content that you guys want to see. But as far as Abu Hakeem Bilal Davis, he's he's a well-renowned speaker. I was doing some research on him, and not that this matters, but he has quite a good following on Twitter and things like that, and people really listen to what he has to say. So, and for good reason, because he's very articulate, and when he's speaking, it's like you can visualize everything that he's saying. At least I could. So yeah, nah. To my subscriber who suggested Bilal Davis, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna say again, if you guys have anything you want me to watch in regards to Ramadan content, comment below, because it helps me out. But yeah, that's part 2 wrapped up. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you like, share, turn the bell on so that you know every time that I upload. And I will catch you at iftar. Continue to have a good day, my people. Current time is 7:43, meaning that concludes another day of Ramadan. That's day 25 wrapped. Got my dates and my water over there. Yeah, man, congratulations everyone who's participated, and thank you for watching this video. To my YouTube, like, share, subscribe, turn the bell notifications on so that you know every time I upload. And yeah, my people, that's another day. I'll catch you tomorrow for day 26.